Globalization has become so prominent today that one might think, how different can countries really be from one another? Differences are not as obvious these days, but they're definitely still there. This is Sweden, and as you can see, there are clear differences that might set it aside from the rest of the world. There are large things such as gender roles, and smaller things such as traditions and even fashion. And again, differences might not stick out as much these days, but I'm here to show you that they definitely do still exist. Starting with gender roles, according to the official Swedish Institute, Sweden has had multiple laws that protect workplace discrimination, and those were starting in 1846. The government has officially declared itself as a feminist government, which basically means that they not only prevent workplace discrimination, but they also promote equality between genders in the entire country. So far, there are 22 Swedish ministers in the government, and out of those 22, 12 are actually females, which is considered very progressive compared to the rest of the world. And as you can see on this chart, this is a chart of the women in national parliaments, and as you can see here, Sweden is actually double that of the average in North America, and then still much, much higher than the European average. So in Sweden, there is actually no designated parental role, and in 1974, something called the daddy leave clause was implemented, which basically gives families the option for the mother to go on maternity leave or the dad to go on what's called daddy leave. So the mom can stay home or the dad. And then in 2002, the government granted both parents the ability to go on maternity leave or daddy leave. It used to just be one or the other, but now it is both, and they each receive 480 days off of work paid for by the government in order to take care of their children. So workplace involvement, 78.3% of women work in Sweden, and that is actually the highest average in the entire world. They average 1.9 children per household, which is also higher than the 1.6 average of Europe. So it is surprising that they have the most women involved in the workplace and also have a higher family average than all of Europe. This might be because childcare is actually free in Sweden, so childcare is actually paid for by the government so that both parents can take a role in the workplace. And so this seems very progressive, but one thing that is not super progressive is their traditions that they have. So according to the official travel page implemented by the Swedish government, Midsummer is one of their most famous festivals. As you can see here, it is basically a celebration of the summer solstice and represents warmth and life and growth. And it's understandable because most of their winters here are very brutal. And then they also celebrate Christmas, and it is a little bit different than the Christmas we have in the United States, as they have 3 days of Christmas, one of them being Christmas Eve, one of them being Christmas Day, and they also have what they call Christmas Day 2, which is December 26th. And this is understandable as over 75% of their population is a member of the Lutheran Church. And so these traditions definitely take back to their roots and are definitely not as progressive as the gender roles, but another thing that is progressive is their sense of fashion. So people in Sweden are definitely more picky on their clothing choices, which is why 80% of their clothes are produced in Sweden, and then 3% of them are sold or bought from other countries. So style is very unique in Sweden and has influenced the world due to globalization. Through companies like H&M, it's a very popular one, found in malls, strip malls, stuff like that. And fashion is very key everywhere in the entire country of Sweden, not just in urban areas like it is in the United States. And it is a mix between warmth and stylish, and the trends are a little striking coming from different places in the world. As you can see here, they look very unique and very formal, but this is actually just a regular regular outfit for most Swedish people. And then, so in conclusion, there are many unique things about Sweden. Despite globalization, there are large things such as gender roles, and then also smaller things such as tradition and even fashion. And Sweden is still a country that is progressive and sticks out despite how small the world has become in the last few years. Thank you.